Every day, you eat foods without thinking twice about them: bread, bananas, chocolate, rice. They're familiar, comforting, and often taken for granted. But what if I told you that some of the most common foods on your plate have secrets that are stranger than fiction? In this video, we'll explore 10 mind-blowing facts about foods you probably eat every single day. Some of these might shock you, others might make you laugh, and a few could even make you rethink your next meal. Let's dive into the hidden side of everyday food. Fact number 1. Bananas are technically radioactive. It might sound unbelievable, but bananas, the simple, healthy snack, are actually slightly radioactive. Before you panic, let's break it down. Bananas contain a naturally occurring isotope called potassium-40. This isotope is mildly radioactive, and because bananas are rich in potassium, they carry a tiny amount of radiation. But don't worry, the levels are incredibly low and completely harmless. In fact, scientists even use something called the banana equivalent dose to explain radiation exposure in a fun and relatable way. It's a humorous way to compare how much radiation you're exposed to in everyday life. To put it into perspective, you would need to eat millions of bananas at once to experience any harmful effects, and that's physically impossible. So yes, bananas are radioactive, but they're still one of the healthiest snacks you can eat. Fact number 2. Honey never spoils. Honey is one of the only foods on Earth that can last forever without going bad. That's not an exaggeration. Jars of honey found in ancient tombs are still perfectly edible after thousands of years. The reason lies in honey's unique chemistry. It has extremely low moisture content and a very high sugar concentration, making it nearly impossible for bacteria and microorganisms to survive. On top of that, bees add an enzyme that produces hydrogen peroxide, giving honey natural antibacterial properties. It's essentially a self-preserving food. Even if honey crystallizes over time, it hasn't gone bad. All you need to do is gently warm it, and it will return to its liquid state. So while most foods in your kitchen have an expiration date, honey quietly defies time itself, remaining edible for centuries. Fact number 3. Apples can float because they're 25% air. Have you ever noticed that apples float in water? It's not magic, it's science. Apples are made up of about 25% air. Tiny air pockets are trapped inside their structure, making them less dense than water. This is why they float so easily, which also explains why apple bobbing became a popular game. This unique structure also contributes to the crisp, crunchy texture of apples. When you bite into one, you're actually breaking through those tiny air-filled cells. So the next time you toss an apple into water and watch it float, remember, you're looking at a fruit that's literally filled with air. Fact number 4. Chocolate was once used as money. Chocolate isn't just a treat, it was once a form of currency. Ancient civilizations like the Aztecs valued cacao beans so highly that they used them as money. You could buy food, clothing, and even pay taxes using cacao beans. In fact, records show that a turkey could cost around 100 cacao beans. Chocolate was also consumed as a bitter drink, often mixed with spices. It was considered a luxury and reserved for the elite. Over time, chocolate evolved into the sweet treat we know today, but its origins as a valuable commodity show just how important it once was. Fact number 5. Rice feeds more than half the world. Rice may seem simple, but it's one of the most important foods on the planet. More than half of the world's population relies on rice as a staple food. It's incredibly versatile, easy to grow, and provides a major source of energy due to its high carbohydrate content. In many cultures, rice isn't just food, it's a way of life. There are thousands of varieties of rice, each with its own flavor, texture, and cultural significance. From sticky rice in Southeast Asia to basmati rice in India, it plays a central role in countless cuisines. Rice farming has also shaped landscapes and traditions for thousands of years, especially in regions where terraced fields are used to grow it. Fact number 6. Cheese is basically controlled decay. Cheese might be delicious, but its creation process is surprisingly strange. It's essentially controlled spoilage. Cheese is made by curdling milk using bacteria and enzymes. These microorganisms break down the milk's proteins and fats, transforming it into something entirely new. In simple terms, cheese is milk that has been intentionally aged and decomposed in a controlled way. Different types of cheese rely on specific bacteria and molds. For example, blue cheeses contain mold cultures that create their distinctive veins and strong flavor. Without these microbes, cheese simply wouldn't exist. The aging process, which can last from weeks to years, is what gives cheese its flavor and texture. The longer it ages, the more intense and complex it becomes. Fact number 7. Carrots were originally purple. When you picture a carrot, you probably imagine a bright orange vegetable. But originally, carrots were actually purple, and sometimes even yellow or white. Wild carrots were first cultivated thousands of years ago in regions like Persia. These early varieties had deep purple pigments due to high levels of anthocyanins, the same compounds found in blueberries. The familiar orange carrot didn't appear until much later, when farmers selectively bred them in Europe. Some historians believe the orange variety was developed to honor Dutch royalty, although that's still debated. Today, purple carrots are making a comeback because they're rich in antioxidants and offer a slightly different flavor. Fact number 8. Peanuts aren't nuts. Despite their name, peanuts are not actually nuts, they're legumes. Unlike tree nuts like almonds or walnuts, peanuts grow underground. After the plant flowers above ground, it sends its stems downward into the soil, where the peanuts develop. This unusual growth process makes peanuts more closely related to beans, lentils, and peas than to true nuts. Because of this, peanuts have a different nutritional profile, often containing more protein than typical nuts. They're also widely used in both savory and sweet dishes across many cultures. Fact number 9. Bread is alive before you bake it. Bread might seem simple, just flour, water, and heat, but before it goes into the oven, it's actually alive. The secret ingredient is yeast, a living microorganism. When yeast is added to dough, it begins to feed on sugars and produces carbon dioxide gas. These gas bubbles get trapped in the dough, causing it to rise and giving bread its soft, airy texture. It's essentially a living system at work right in your kitchen. Once the dough is baked, the heat kills the yeast, stopping the process and locking in the structure of the bread. So every loaf of bread starts as a living, breathing mixture, quietly growing and changing before becoming the food you enjoy. Fact number 10. Strawberries aren't actually berries. This one surprises a lot of people. Strawberries aren't technically berries. In botanical terms, a true berry must develop from a single flower with one ovary and contain seeds inside the fruit. Examples of true berries include grapes and bananas. Strawberries, on the other hand, have their seeds on the outside. Each tiny seed on the surface is actually its own individual fruit, known as an achene. This makes strawberries part of a different category altogether, despite their name. So while they may look like berries and taste like berries, strawberries don't meet the scientific definition, making them one of the most misleading fruits in your kitchen. The foods you eat every day are far more fascinating than they appear. From radioactive bananas to eternal honey, floating apples, ancient chocolate currency, and life-sustaining rice, each one has a story that goes beyond taste. So the next time you sit down for a meal, take a moment to appreciate what's on your plate. You might just be eating something truly mind-blowing.